students, I am Sandhani teacher. Today I am going to teach you Unit 8 Changes in Matter. This lesson is for Grade 8 National. Physical changes and chemical changes. What is a physical change? Changes in which the composition of matter does not change even though the nature of existent changes are called physical changes. Example, tearing a paper. When you tear the paper, no new products are formed. It is still a paper. Then what is a chemical change? Changes in which the composition of matter forming new substances are known as a chemical change. Example, burning of a paper. When you burn a paper, ash and smoke are formed, and after burning the paper, it does not remain as a paper. Physical changes. Changes of states are physical changes. When a change in state occurs, no new substances are formed, so we can take it under physical changes. Here you can see some changes in states. When gas converts into liquid, we call it condensation, and when liquid converts to gas, we call it vaporization, and when solid converts to liquid, we call it fusion, and when liquid converts to solid, we call it freezing, and when solid converts to gas, we call it sublimation, and when we convert gas to solid, we call it deposition. So these are the changes in state which come under physical changes. Chemical changes. I have 3 activities for you to explain chemical changes. Activity 1. For activity 1, we need copper sulfate, we need an iron nail, we need a beaker, and we need water. First, we are going to mix copper sulfate and water in the beaker. After that, we are going to put an iron nail into it. Copper sulfate is a light blue color solution. When we put the iron nail into it, the solution turns reddish brown in color, and reddish brown color gets deposited on the nail. So after this reaction, we can see some changes, a color change. There is a color change here. Next, activity 2. For activity 2, we need a boiling tube, we need copper sulfate solution, and we need sodium hydroxide solution. Here we are going to mix the copper sulfate and the sodium hydroxide. When we mix copper sulfate and sodium hydroxide, you can see in this picture a light blue solid is formed. We call this light blue solid a precipitation. Forming of a precipitation is also an evidence to show that a chemical change has occurred. Activity 3. For activity 3, we need dilute hydrochloric acid, we need some zinc granules, and we need a boiling tube. We have to put dilute hydrochloric acid to the boiling tube, and we have to put zinc granules into it. When the hydrochloric acid and the zinc granules react with each other, a gas is produced. The gas is hydrogen gas. How can we test hydrogen gas? When you take a glowing splinter near the hydrogen gas, it will go out with a pop sound. So, evidences of a chemical reaction. As we saw before, evolution of gases, change in color, change in temperature, formation of precipitates, production of sound and light, production of odor are evidences of a chemical reaction. Law of conservation of mass. During a chemical reaction, the total mass does not change, which means the mass of the reactants is equal to the mass of the products. Combustion. What is combustion? Combustion is the reaction of a combustible substance with a gas which acts as a supporter of combustion. So first of all, we should know what are the combustible substances and what are the non-combustible substances. Here are some examples of combustible substances: camphor, wax, sulfur, paper, petrol and kerosene. Non-combustible substances. What are non-combustible substances? Asbestos, glass, sand and rock. Fire triangle. Have you seen this before? For something to burn or for something to combust, we need three essential factors. That is oxygen and heat or the ignition temperature. The substance should reach the ignition temperature and we need fuel or a combustible substance. So, suddenly if a fire takes place, if we want to put down the fire, what we have to do is we have to avoid oxygen, heat and fuel. Then we can put off the fire easily. Methods used to extinguish fire. Spray water and covering the burning substance with sand. What will happen when we spray water? I told you that something will start to burn or combust when it comes to its ignition temperature. When we spray water, the ignition temperature will come down. Then we can stop the fire. And the next one is covering the burning substance with sand. How can this help to put down the fire? Here, when the fire is contacted or exposed to oxygen, it will start to burn faster. But when we put sand, the contact with oxygen or the exposure to oxygen is stopped. So then we can put down the fire. Fuels. Fuels are substances used to generate heat, energy and light energy by combustion. There are solid fuels, liquid fuels and gaseous fuels. Solid fuels are firewood, coconut husk, coconut shell and wax. Liquid fuels. What are liquid fuels? Kerosene, petrol, diesel and coconut oil. Gaseous fuels. Liquid petroleum gas, that is LP gas, then coal gas and methane gas are examples of gaseous fuels. Complete and incomplete combustion. What is complete combustion and incomplete combustion? Complete combustion occurs when adequate oxygen gas is supplied for combustion. We studied that oxygen is essential for combustion. So, if there is adequate oxygen, complete combustion will take place. And when combustion takes place, carbon dioxide is produced and water is produced. Carbon dioxide is produced by carbon and water is produced by hydrogen. And if complete combustion takes place, more heat is produced. Next, incomplete combustion. When there is inadequate oxygen, incomplete combustion takes place. As usual, water and carbon dioxide are formed, but because here incomplete combustion is taking place, carbon monoxide and unburnt carbon particles are also produced here. So, during incomplete combustion, the quantity of heat produced is low. Thank you. God bless you. Stay safe.